Very good morning to you, gang. It's Tuesday, the 28th of January 2020. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom tour, coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire. And you may have noticed I have the correct date on today. No, actually, I'm really surprised. No one noticed that yesterday. No one mentioned that we had the wrong date. It was actually me that discovered it in the nick of time, as I shall reveal all on this programme exclusively for you this morning, gang. Very, very cold this morning. I woke up. I've had a very good sleep because, of course, I didn't get my afternoon sleep yesterday. Why is that? I'm about to tell you why. I had a very good sleep last night. Ended up going to bed about 11 o'clock. And I woke up this morning, it was 8 o'clock, and I wanted to come in early and start, but I had trouble getting, something's gone wrong with this iPhone. Perhaps you can help me. I believe there's a rotation thing, right? So that when you rotate the phone, if you're taking let me see if it works with the picture. Let me see. Because I've started taking a little picture now, with next to the calendar, so you know it's like today. So that's what I took this morning, right? Now what? There you go. Look, it doesn't turn. Ah, it does. Does it turn like that? Yeah. Oh, it does. Oh, so that must be on all right. When I upload this onto my computer now, the photo's always upside down, and I can't work out why that's happening. Because I'm looking. Look, you know, that's the right way round, isn't it? Look, and that's the right way around. Why is it? So I plugged this into my computer. Or maybe it'd be better if I uploaded it to Facebook and then brought it back down again. I don't know. I'm plugging it into the computer. It goes on the computer. And then it's upside down. Why is that? And then I edit it to go the right way round. Then I save it and it looks the right way round. Then I upload it to YouTube and it's the wrong way round again. And it's, you know, it's if I take the photo like that. Now, if I take it like that, it comes out all right. But I thought that should right itself, shouldn't it? Is there a setting on there? We need someone young. Oh, actually, great nephew Gary will be able to do that for me later. I'm going to see Gary later, my nephew. They're on sort of a little mini holiday. You remember when we went to the garden centre? I took you all to the garden centre for our Christmas opening video. Do you remember all the little trees and all the wonderful Christmas decorations and all that? Well, down there, I think it's down there anyway. Down there, I'm waiting for him to text me the address. I don't even know where I'm going later. Absolutely not a clue. And that's what I do though. I get in the car and start driving. I've no idea where I'm going. I've absolutely no idea ever where I'm going. And I'm just waiting for him to text me the postcode. And I think this place is something to do with the garden centre that we're down, possibly in Louth, which isn't too far from here, about 45 minutes to an hour's drive, something like that. Taking it nice and easy through beautiful countryside, I have to say. Absolutely stunning countryside on the way down there. And I think for a week, they've got this, what's it called now? A wooden lodge or something. A wooden lodge? A lodge house? You know, made of long logs and things like that. They're staying there for a week, you know, just as a little bit of a change. And he'll be able to tell me what's wrong. I don't know why that is. It's uploading. It's uploading upside down. So that's one thing that was going. That's why it's a bit late. I was trying to get this photo to go into the computer properly, and it wouldn't go in. So there's that. And also this morning I was watching the telly on the Piers and Susanna on ITV. She had a beautiful dress on this morning. Anyone see that? Oh, it was lovely. All flowery. And they were going on, what were they talking about? Oh, the Oscars. The Oscars, that I think it was the Oscars or one of those other extremely boring awards programmes. I don't know why people get so excited. All my fellow gays get so excited when the Oscars are kind of on. You know, how can you be excited about someone walking up 3 steps, collecting something, coming out with some sort of political spiel, and then coming back down the stairs again and getting drunk at a table? That's the show. Well, I'm sorry, it leaves me stone cold. And then they were saying on the national, it's the other one, British thing, I think, National Television Awards. Piers was saying, well, we probably won't even bother to watch that. It's the same people that win every year. Ant and Dec will win again for the 21st year in a row, you know. It's just a waste of time. I'm not convinced that if you send a vote in, it makes any difference at all. They are the people that they want you to see win these things. I mean, has Gemma Collins won anything yet? I hope they've reinforced those steps, dear, before she goes up those. Dear me. Apparently, she's lost a load of weight. Story coming up later, boys and girls. Now, did you see me teasing? I learnt this yesterday. Teasing you to stay a little bit longer. Can anyone stay a bit longer, I wonder? Thanks for all your messages coming in. I shall just come to those in a moment. And they were going on, Piers and Susanna were going on about the vegan, they're going to have a vegan menu. I think it's at the Oscars or one of those American boring awards ceremonies. They're going to have a vegan menu, and he was reading out the menu, which I've searched for on the internet this morning, and I can find lots of stories about the story, but not the actual menu. From memory, what they seem to do with these menus is they take like something completely normal, like lettuce, just lettuce, or if you're posh, like Claire. I don't know if Claire's with lettuce. You don't have to say the T's. Lettuce. They take the lettuce and they call it Golden Crunch Gem Lettuce. They put all these words around a perfectly normal word to make it sound better. I don't know. Honey roasted baked beetroots. It's just beetroot. Why don't they have to put all the rest of it? Beetroot honey. That's all it is. And they extend the title of. I mean, what would they call baked beans? I wonder. I want, to make it sound better than it actually is. It's just a piece of lettuce. That's all it is. And those of you on diets will know all about lettuce. Well, I mean, what does lettuce do for you? Is it good? It's just a little wet leaf. I mean, if you leave it out for a day or two, it all goes limp, doesn't it? 1 minute it stands fully erect in that fridge in a little packet of plastic waiting to be eaten by a whale. 1 minute it's like that. You take it out of the bag, and within a couple of hours, it's gone limp. And you know that, girls, once it goes limp, you can't do anything with them. You can't, can you? It's there, and it's, you look at that limp, and you think to yourself, ladies, it's gone a bit limp. And then if the lettuce could talk, it would probably say to you, just leave me alone for a few minutes. It'll probably be all right after that. No, it isn't. Once it's gone down, that's it. You can't do anything else. Send another one, please. You know what I mean, girls. It's awful. Awful. So I'm sitting there watching that. There's old Piers and Susanna. And he was going on about this vegan menu. And he was quite right. All these stars and celebrities and people that want to be seen to be doing something for the environment. There they are. Oh, wow. Let's have that lovely piece of... They're desperate for burgers. Desperate for a bit of dead cow or pig. They said, let's have that piece of lettuce. Oh, how wonderful. A baked baby beet. And they sit there eating this and eating that. And then they go home on a private jet. So how is that helping the environment? Or they arrive in those limousines. 2 miles per gallon or less. Not me. Chris Reardon, a friend to the environment in my little Toyota. In my hybrid, boys and girls, 60 miles to the gallon. Christ, I only go to the petrol station once every 3 years now. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Those wonderful people in Japanese are working harder than any of that lot in Hollywood, I'll tell you that now. Yes. I'd like to go on that bullet train. Is that China? No, it's Japan, isn't it? It's Japan. The bullet train. And I think they've got some sort of magnetic train where the wheels don't actually touch the ground of the rails. It floats. It floats. Why's my computer gone off? It floats above this. It's very clever. I'd like to go on that. So that was Piers and Susanna this morning. Have a look back at her dress from earlier on. Beautiful. Don't suppose she got that from Primark. Yes, they get money given to them to buy nice clothes. I have to get this out of my super chats. It's terrible. Really terrible. You know what they want on that Oscars? They want Ricky Gervais on there to slate them all off. We love Ricky Gervais. Over on BBC Breakfast, there was an interesting piece about trains. You know, I'm into trains a little bit. I like trains. I've got my electric train set at home. I have. It's nothing big. It's in the box. All it does is go round in one circle. I haven't got a layout or anything like that. You know, you can pay people to come and do a train layout for you. Rod Stewart has got the most amazing train layout. It was in, I think it was in a couple of the papers around Christmas time. Beautiful, beautiful train layout. And somewhere around here, I'm near Boston. A little place called Chapel Hill in Boston. Somewhere around here, maybe Spalding or somewhere like that. I believe they have some sort of annual model railway layout type thing, which unfortunately is at the weekend when I'm not here. And all these people come and they set up their train sets, although there was a dreadful story, I think it was last year now, where they'd set all this stuff out and they're all getting ready to open. And they went home, they come back, and vandals had come in and smashed up all these little train sets. I say little, massive train layouts. Isn't that a horrible thing to do? All these tends to be old blokes do that. Tends to be old blokes do that sort of thing, you know, have retired. And some very talented people. Wonderful. They've not only did it, not like me, you know, get it out of a box, put it on the carpet, watch it go round for 10 minutes, put it back in the box and back in the cupboard. Oh, no. No, these are just vast bits of wood and little things that they've built and little trees and lights. Oh, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And on BBC Breakfast this morning, they were showing you the train system. It was very interesting. A map of how the trains were in this country before, sometime in the 1960s, some bloke took over and closed a load of lines to save money. Presumably they weren't doing too well. Maybe just a few people using them. This is when cars started coming along and taking over. But the map was quite extensive. You could get a train to so many more places than you can actually get a train now. Now, here where I am in Chapel Hill, just up the road is Woodhall Spa. And I know for a fact there used to be a train station there, as well as many other places along the route. I'm sure there was. And it's just a shame. Anyway, I think the government who are in now, Boris and his boys and girls, I think they're looking at trying to reopen some of these lines. But this map was really extensive. And then this bloke came in. You probably know his name. I can't remember his name now. This bloke came in, closed a load of lines, and it went from very extensive to just main routes, which I think was a bit of a mistake. Maybe it was the right thing to do at the time. We don't know, do we? We weren't there. So that was a little bit of telly this morning. I had the BBC Round Here yesterday, which you may or may not have seen, and I'll tell you about that after I've read some of your messages out this morning. I can't always read all the messages, boys and girls, but I certainly give you a name check as long as I spot your name coming up there. So good morning to, let's have a look, where are we? Mr. Jason Hughes, first message of the day from Jason. Morning, Jason. Gavin Bass, hello, Gavin. Joey Millen in the house. There's little Joey. Mick Davenport, good morning to you. There's our Mandy. Morning, Mandy. Mike Rees-Ponto, good morning, Mike. Mr. Ray Reynolds, a very good morning to Ray Reynolds. Sean Pye in the house. Morning, Sean. Oh, Michael Pullman, hello to Michael. Michael, I sent you a little email there. I hope you got the email. By the way, didn't get a chance to send off the letters and parcels yesterday. They will be going as soon as I finish the show today. Okay, because I've got to go past the post office anyway to get to my nephews. So all the things that you bought, t-shirts, little fridge magnets, these fridge magnets, super chat badges, everyone that's bought these things, little stickers like that. What else we got? Well, I think there's one. That's it. One super chat pen left now. One. That's the old type. Okay, there's only one of those left now. Someone bought another one of those yesterday. All that will be going out for you this morning. Sorry I couldn't get down the post box yesterday. I did think I'd be able to make it, but no. The BBC was here a lot longer than I thought they'd be here. So there we are. Okay. Let's just scroll down, get your names out for you there, my darlings. Ooh, Oh, that's quite a lot of you, isn't it? Good morning. Where are we now? Sean. Did we get to Sean? There's Ray. Oh, no. Mr. Ray. Michael. Tony King. Good morning to Tony King. There's our Fran Green. Fran is head of thumbs up. Very important thumbs up. Fran has one of the most important jobs on this show. She is in charge of thumbs up. Please take full notice of what Fran says. Okay, my darlings. Morning to Gary Butler. There's my nephew, Gary Butler, with his little spanner moderator. Morning to Diane Jeb. Hello to Kate Murphy. Good morning, Kate. Welcome to our little strange show. Morning, young Kate. There's LaBelle. Your emerald-eyed puppy love of magic is with you this morning, LaBelle. How is it in New York? Is it cold at the moment? It's very cold here last night. I had a problem with my eye this morning. Yes, and I haven't had this problem for about 11 or 12 years. And it's a bit like a migraine. So it stopped now, fortunately. I got up this morning, didn't really notice anything going wrong. Done my breakfast, done my cup of tea and my water, had my pills and sat down in front of the telly and I thought, I can't see that right. Now, where the telly is, there's a window next to it and I thought it was the light coming in the window. But no, it was in this eye. It might be both eyes. I don't know now. In this eye, I can only describe it as like a little squiggle like that. And it's stopping me seeing that part of the screen. Now, I had this some time ago, about 11 or 12 years ago, and it kept happening. Okay, and then I went into hospital about something else, and that's where they discovered I had something. So they put me on these pills, and I went on these pills, and it hasn't come back again until this morning, like 12 years later. So I don't know what that is. Fortunately, I've got to go to hospital next week and the week after, and they're going to have a little look at my blood because of another little issue. And they hopefully, if it's the same thing, then they should be able to see that straight away. But I don't know what's caused that. It might just be one of those things. It was described to me. I described it once to someone, and they said it sounds like a migraine. So if I'm looking at you now, I can see everything is perfect. Okay, there's no marks in my eyes or anything like that. It's just looking perfect now. Okay, and it seems to last half hour, 45 minutes. That's how long it lasts, and then it simply disappears. It's like okay, so if you're looking at me like that, it's like you see that bit there, there's a little squiggle, and it moves, like it shimmers like that. And that's the only way I can describe it. It's not massive. It's about, say, okay, so let's have a look at the screen. So it would be about, okay, let's move it to the sides. If I move it to, okay, well, you see where the calendar is? See where the clock calendar is? I would say it's about as big as that, but it's not square. It's like a squiggle. And it's like, it shimmers like that, and you can't see through it. Well, you can, but it's really blurred. And it was doing that this morning. I'm trying to watch this telly. I can't see this telly properly. You have to kind of look to the side so that you can see the telly. So it might be a migraine. I've no idea what that is. Anyone else suffer from? Does that sound like a migraine to you? Anyone who has migraines at all? Not a very pleasant thing at all to have migraines. I've never had one. My auntie Shirley, she used to suffer from those big time. I mean, big time. She'd have to go to bed. In fact, my dad did as well. It must have been running in a family that then. If it was my auntie Shirley and my dad, both were sadly no longer with us, unfortunately. Morning to Trevor Campbell. Good morning to you. Morning to Trevor. Who else is there today? Let's just scroll down a little bit to find these wonderful names. Dr. SRS Gregorian is here. Good morning. Doctor. Oh, you're not actually a physical doctor, though, are you? I can't remember what it is now, Doctor. Mikey, you can rotate your photos in the Photos app by opening the photo and clicking on Edit. Yeah, but the trouble is, on the phone, it looks all right, Mike. It looks all right on the phone. So I think I did that. Did I do that? No, I didn't. When I bring the photo up on the phone, it looks all right. It's just on the computer, right? And even then, so you can, I can't remember what the program is, you edit the photo. So I rotate it 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I save it, try and upload it again, and it's still upside down, right? So then I thought, well, what if I put it upside down? So, again, went on the computer. I went 1, 2 to rotate 180 degrees, saved it, and then it looked upside down. Okay? Then I uploaded it, and it was still upside down. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's all very strange and mysterious. These things are sent to test us, boys and girls. They are sent to test us. Let's have a look. LaBelle, on the subject of those menus, they always add words around the things you like to make it better. I'm sure they do. Although, I fail to see the attraction of a piece of lettuce, to be honest. I mean, not that I've got anything against lettuces. There's some very, very good. Don't start writing in, dear. Ow, that's really offensive towards lettuces. You've got lettuce phobia. There'll be a left-wing group for that set up on Facebook now I've mentioned it. I guarantee you that. There be people who love lettuces sticking themselves to lettuces in Waitrose. Leave this lettuce alone. It's very, very worrying what these people do, dear. Leave our lettuce alone. They are sticking hundreds of lettuces. People will be going into their local supermarket, into Lidl or Aldi or Sainsbury's. Any of them. They'll be going into any supermarket, buying all the lettuces and sticking them all round themselves and walking. We are proud to support lettuces everywhere. Why stop at lettuces? Carrots as well. There's some very, very good looking carrots out there. Some of them are even 9 inches long. Ever so big carrots. Big and fat and wide. A little bit like myself, to be honest. Huh? Sean says, I had a problem going limp. Gaffer tape and a lolly stick sorted it out. Well, I'm glad you did, Sean. You've got to sort these things out, my dear. Good morning to Paul and Lou joining us today. Morning to Paul and Lou. Ah, here's someone new. Kill It Cali TV. Good morning to you. Morning to you. On the subject of driving the cars and that, I drive a Mustang V8. What? I bet that's noisy, is it? I love it's nothing better than a noisy car, is there? I mean, all these little electric things, they're very important, but they're so quiet. How do you know you're even moving along unless you look out the window? I haven't got time to look out the window. Those noisy. Is it one of those? Proper man's car. I don't know what I'll be doing with one then. Yes, I drive a Mustang V8 with 600 HP to the wheels. I get 1 gallon a mile. Worth every penny, my friend. Worth every penny. But I love driving it. Thinking green. 1 mile a gallon. Blimey, that's worse than my Land Rover was years ago. Hello to, welcome along, Killing It Cali TV. Welcome to the show to you there. Hello to Roy Brownlow joining us there. Good morning, Roy. Gadgets, Dr. Beeching. Thank you very much, Gadgets. It was him who closed all the railway lines. I remember now, Dr. Beeching. Terrible, really. On the other hand, if they were making a loss, then you have to do something about it. You know, you can't just run things at losses all the time. Although I think nowadays, if they would just open up these other stations and make it cheaper for people, because it's horrendously expensive to use the trains. If I was to go at peak time from Bracknell to Hampstead Heath and back again, where my hospital is that I go to, right? That's like 25 quid. It's only an hour on the train. Horrendously expensive to use the trains. I think they should open a lot more of them. Mikey Mike, you like it when the trains go in the tunnel? Woo, woo! I love it, Mikey. Woo, woo! On the old steam trains. The new ones don't do. They've got more of a... They've got one of those, haven't they? Do you like steam trains? Woo, woo! Oh, I love it. You only know, as I say, the only noise you get on those... on the, I was going to say new electric trains. Electric trains have been around for years. It's the noise as it goes over the rails sometimes, isn't it? That noise as it goes over, I suppose, the joins in the rail. Either that or a massive crash. That would make a lot of noise as well, wouldn't it? Oh, we missed the steam train. You can always go on a steam train. There's lots of them all over the country. Whitby, of course. Here in Lincolnshire, I think it's called Whitby, little fishing place. There's a wonderful steam train there. That have I been on it once or twice? I know just once. It goes and it goes along. It goes for the most beautiful Yorkshire countryside. Oh, it's just stunning. What's it called? Hang on, let me have a look at it for you. Whitby. I think it's Whitby Train. Whitby Train. One moment, please, while I refer to my kind assistant, Miss Google. Miss Google. Hang on a minute. Let's just write that down. There we are. Yeah, here we are. Whitby Station. There it is. There's a picture of it there. I can't show you the picture. I haven't got it loaded on the system. It says Whitby Railway Station is a Grade 2 listed station which serves the town of Whitby in North Yorkshire, England. And it's the terminus of the Esk Valley line from Middlesbrough. Hang on a minute. Is that the right place? Oh, there it is. There it is. The steam train. Oh, I'm sure that's the place. Yeah, that looks like the place in Whitby. Whitby's a lovely place to visit. Oh, it really is. A little fishing village. Lots of older people there. Sort of, actually older than me, I would say, sort of 65s. And they all seem to have dogs. They've all got these little dogs everywhere. Hundreds and hundreds of people with little dogs. But they have... but don't worry. The little dogs, if you wanted to see larger animals, don't worry about that at Whitby. Massive, enormous seagulls. You've never seen such large seagulls in all your life, probably due to all the chip shops that are along there and idiots who are feeding the seagulls. You don't need to feed them. Great big fat things they are. One landed, I was with my nephew Gary and his wife Stacey and my three great niece and two great nieces and one great nephew. There's Harry, great nephew Harry. Evie, she's the older girl, and Olivia, she's the little one. And we've gone under this like how can I describe it? Like a bandstand type thing, which is right next to this. If you're in Whitby, you'll know exactly. If you've been there, you'll know exactly where I mean. They've gone under there. We've got our chips. You know, they've all got piece of dead animal and chips. I've got my vegan friendly baked beans and poured over the chips, and we're sitting under there eating these chips, and we're surrounded by these great big fat seagulls looking at us, wanting. You're probably looking at me at the moment, wanting, aren't you? Well, we were looking at the chips, wanting, and the seagulls were looking at the chips, wanting, and we're eating these chips. Yeah, and these seagulls, every time someone else in there drops a chip, they're straight on it. And then one landed on my nephew's wife's shoulder, Stacey's shoulder. She screamed. I'm sorry, but was it the correct thing to do to laugh when that happened? I don't know. This great big fat thing landed. It was so fat, her shoulder went down like that. Awful. Awful. Don't feed the seagulls. Great big... They don't seem to be particularly friendly. You know, not like a budgerigar, really, is it? You know when you got a budgerigar in a cage and you put your little finger in there and it jumps on your finger, and you can even bring it out of the cage and you can talk to it. Chat, 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 chat. Chat, 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 chat. Like that with a budgerigar. We love budgies. Not like a seagull. I got a feeling if that thing landed on your finger would actually break off. They are so fat and well fed. You don't need to be feeding seagulls. So once you've had your chips, you go on this train, and it's the most fantastic steam train. The only thing is, with going on a steam train, you don't actually really know you're on it. You get on the train and you go and look at the engine at the front. Oh, what a lovely steam train. I can't wait to get on there. And then you go in and it's all old-fashioned. It's all old-fashioned. You go in this door, you get in the carriage, and at that point, you can no longer see the steam train. I mean, how do you know it's still on there? Maybe they take it off to save for environmental reasons. Maybe they take off the engine at the front to replace it with something electric. You don't know. So there you go, and off it goes. And it's a wonderful day out. And as I say, it drives through the most stunning Yorkshire countryside. And you go through the area that you can get off at the station where they filmed... oh, God, what's the name of that thing? Oh, I was talking about this the other day as well, wasn't I? I might be repeating this story, but never mind. Excuse me. Oh, gosh. It's an old police programme, I think set in the 1950s or 60s, something like that. 90s or 60s. I think the 60s. Oh, gosh, what's the name of the film? Heartbeat. Heartbeat. You can get off at where they filmed Heartbeat. Beautiful. Really nice day out. Go. Please go to Whitby for a little... Excuse me, I've got... just now. Yes, go to Whitby for a little holiday. It's wonderful. Even if you just go for the day, get on that train and do it. While you're on the train, a little man comes down with a little trolley with tea and crisps and cakes. Go on! Don't worry, those of you on diets, it's only one day, isn't it? For God's sake, blimey. So that's Whitby. Highly recommended. Right, some more of your messages, boys and girls. Let me just scroll down a little bit there. I think we've got some new people as well today. Just a second. I'm very pleased to say Mandy Davenport has hit her husband this morning. Excellent, Mandy. Excellent. He's obviously done something wrong, so Mandy's punched his lights out. No, she hasn't. She says he's had his bum whipped this morning. Is that right? Good. I'm glad he did, man. I'm glad you did, Mandy. Congratulations. You hit your husband as much as possible. Don't take any notice of these people in the papers and all that. You know, don't worry about the law coming down on you. He's never going to go to the law. Can you just imagine that? Going to police and, oh, excuse me, my wife's beaten me up. They just laugh at you, dear. Don't worry about that, my love. Morning to Adrian Richardson. Thank you, Mikey Mike. That eye thing is called an ocular migraine. I get it now and again. Flashing colours that cross from one side of your eye to another. Lasts about 20 minutes. No headache, though. I wouldn't say it's that. I wouldn't say it's flashing colours. It doesn't change colour. It's just a little squiggle in my eye, and it just shimmers like that. But an ocular migraine, that sounds... I'll look that up later. I'll have a look at that later. A very good morning to Polly T. Good morning to Polly T, who's interested in the topic, is it normal to talk to yourself? Well, apparently yes. According to one of my many millions of viewers all over the world, boys and girls, I got a little message from someone yesterday because I was asked. I was talking when they had the television people here yesterday. She asked me if I was bonkers, and I said yes, and I do walk around the caravan talking and singing to myself. And I wondered if that was normal, and I know it is now because I think her name was Anne. Did I write the name down? Could have been Anne. Could have been Anne. No, I didn't write the name down. I think it was Anne who responded to that and says it's completely normal to walk around a place talking to yourself all the time. You see, the secret is, Polly, the secret is to do it when no one else is looking. Yes, that's it. Don't. And if someone says to you something that's a little bit upset, just walk off, darling. Just walk off. You know, do you think it's normal talking to yourself? Yes, I do. Go away and carry on. Sing to yourself, talk to yourself. Completely normal, my darling. I'm sure it is. All right, Polly, so don't you worry about that, my love. We're all on your side. All on your side. All right. Hello to Kate Murphy. Morning to Katie, baby. If you're on the chat there, feel free to sort of join in with the chat. I can't read every single message, but I do try to do all your names as well. Very good morning. Simon from Info Scuba Diving is using another account today. Thank you. Have you been banned? Have you done something naughty on the YouTube? Oh, that's a serious thing. It's not like a Facebook ban. That's a little bit wishy-washy, that is. I don't think there's anyone that hasn't been banned from Facebook at some point. I'm always getting blocked from posting to groups for some reason. And there's nothing there like selling drugs or firearms or racial discrimination or upsetting. There's nothing like that. All I do is post the show to various groups before I start. And the groups are, I'll tell you the groups, they are live streaming, live Facebook streaming, YouTube groups, and internet radio stations. They're the only places I post the show to, and I get blocked. Oh, you have violated our terms of service. Please look at our terms of service. This is not the first time you've done that. Right? So what have I done? But you don't know that. This is the thing with the Facebook. You get a block, and if you was to put something up there that's really nasty, go out and kill all lettuces that are growing. Or we've already touched on that subject today. Go out and kill all lettuces, then I could understand you have been blocked from Facebook for a period. I get 7 days now. It's serious now. I don't get the 24 hours anymore. I get 7 days. And you get a little message. You cannot post again. Say it's today. So what are we today? 28th. 1 minute. Let me just... I wonder who we've got in February on here. Oh, it's me. Look. Hang on a minute. So it's the 28th today. So it would be Tuesday. So I'd get a message. So look at the time now. It's 20 past 10 in the morning. I'd get a message saying, you cannot post... you have broken Facebook's community guidelines. Someone like that. You know, some kid sitting in an office who's decided to write this out. And his only thing... The only thing that makes him important in this life is to sit there and block people. I reckon they get a thrill out of it. Blocking people for no good reason. And you have no comeback. There is no one for you to talk to. A little box comes up. You have broken Facebook's community guidelines. You will now not be able to post until the 3rd of February at 10:20 a.m. And that's it. If you wish to appeal this, please put your reason here. And so you appeal it and you never hear anything more. What a waste of time that is. And that is for me, that is Facebook's biggest downfall. I think it's excellent. I think it's excellent that they try and stop anything that's quite hateful and that. But then there's hateful and there's hateful, you see. There's hateful. There was a subject on... someone put a post up about curries, okay? Now, I don't mind doing a little bit of home cooking. But... I'm not good at curries. And 3 times I made curries and they stank. They absolutely stank. I don't know what I've been doing wrong with them. Maybe too much of a particular spice in there. I don't know. Right? So I put on there, it smelled nothing like the curries that you get, that you can smell when you walk past these beautiful Indian restaurants. And some of them are absolutely stunning inside. Indian restaurant. It smelled nothing like the smell coming. Perhaps I should go in there and ask some of the Indian boys in there how it's done properly. Right? I got a ban for that comment. Hate crime. You couldn't make it up, could you? Because some idiot, all they probably saw was I don't know, a couple of words. They've only seen a couple of words in there without understanding what I wrote. What a stupid thing. So I that's the Facebook thing. It's most annoying. Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Hello to you. A motorhome life of Hank and Marvin. That sounds good. That's the noise to the Terminator music. Was it? From the noise, the steam train noise you did. Woo, woo. When I had an what my first electric train set, the engine on the back, it's not called the engine. There's the engine. What's that thing on the back? You know, where they put the coal in. What's that called? There's a name for it, isn't there? So you got the steam engine, and the little thing on the back, what holds all the coal that they're going to shove in the boiler, isn't it? Like on Casey Jones. Casey Jones, steaming and a rolling. Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear the tooting of the whistle, it's Katie at the throttle of the Cannonball Express. That one. Did you want it again in stereo? No, I didn't think so. So they shovel this coal out of the... there is a name for it. I'm sure someone will know what that is. And you'd get ever so dirty doing that, wouldn't you? Anyway, so this little model thing, so I had the engine, and this thing on the back, and and the thing on the back made the noise for the train. And what it was, you turn it upside down, and there's a little piece of sandpaper, or some sort of piece of sandpaper underneath, and a thing which brushes past it, and it tries to make that noise on the model railway. Marvellous. Clever what they can do. Morning to Claire. Morning, Claire. Reminds me of Starlight Express this morning. One of my favourite musicals. Oh, I'm sure it is. Do you know, I've got all these subjects written down. I don't think we're going to do half of them this morning. We're going off on tangents. Nearest I've got to a steam train is Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh, come on, Trevor. Is that all you got? A little Thomas? Thomas... A little top... No, that sounds bad, doesn't it? Thomas. Sean's just texted in. Sean says, I get them. It's a migraine. Sometimes I get a horseshoe shape, flashing lights, and you can't focus anything. This is on the subject of the migraines that we've kind of fallen onto this morning. And Sean goes on to say, I can't focus on anything past. That's perfectly normal. Just sit down for half an hour and they disappear, but I go and have it checked out. Yes, I'll mention it to my doctor in a couple of weeks' time. I say I haven't had that since before you put me on the pills. I was convinced that the pills sorted it out, which are for something else. But if this other thing is kind of becoming a problem again, I don't know. He'll need to know, so I'll be seeing him in a couple of weeks, the week after my birthday. Fran, seagulls, you don't feed them in Cornwall, they take it off you. Pasties, ice cream, whatever. Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that. Jason Hughes, talking of dogs, I've just seen this woman leave her dog's mess on a grass verge. Disgusting and lazy. Obviously, it's never the dog's fault. No, it's not, is it? It's not. Clean it up. Dirty people having their dog mess everywhere. It's supposed to have carrier bags and things, aren't they? But I'm not even convinced that sometimes those little poo bags are any good. Because what people... And you know what I've seen people do? Right? They put the poo in the bag and then throw the bag into a bush. Well, you might as well have just left it there. How stupid can you be? Take photos and send them to the council, boys and girls. Take photos of people who do that. Although be careful if there's children. You know what'll happen then? You'll send the photo of the dog poo and the dog and the owner, and there just happens to be a child there as well. You'll send it in and the council will do you. Ow, why are you taking pictures of other people's children? It'd be like that, wouldn't it? Dear me. You can't win in this world. It just gets worse and worse. Good morning to Sam458 joining us this morning. And there is the lovely Russ Vernon joining us. Good morning to you, Mr. Russ. Nice to see you. There is Rowan Riley. Good morning, Rowan. Hello. Welcome to the show, Joanna Ivola. I've sung extensively this morning, Joanna, and I haven't finished yet, my darling. All right. I haven't finished yet. Let's have a look at that. All right, Gary, thank you. And morning to Terry Byatt. Morning, Terry. Good luck if you can get this doctor's appointment. Here you have more chance of winning the lottery. Da, da, da. It's never been the same since Dow died, has it? We used to like Dow Winton doing the lottery. That was sad. That was sad. Dow Winton. He killed himself, wasn't he? He was a very good friend of Steve Allen's. Steve Allen is I've met Steve once. We were walking around at a garden centre, and I've been emailing him for some time. He's on LBC. It's very early. I think it's 4:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. He's a great listen, incidentally. Give him a go. Steve Allen. He's like my top talk show host. And he was good friends with Dow Winton. And I remember the day Dow died. I'd never met Dow. I didn't know him. Dow died, and Steve came on to talk about it, and he just broke down. He just broke down on air. It was I felt so, and you could feel it. You could feel it, and you ended up crying. I'm coming on now. Look, the tears are coming in my eyes now. Well, it's either that or that problem I have with my eye earlier, one or the other. I don't know. Good. Let's have a look there. Right, what else have we got here? So, let me tell you about my visit yesterday. We haven't got onto this subject yet, have we? Christ, I can't see. So yesterday, boys and girls, you may remember at the end of yesterday morning's show, I said I was hoping something had happened, but I couldn't tell you about it in case it didn't come off, and it happened. I'm really pleased, really pleased. Now, you may remember last Thursday, I had a visit to BBC Radio Lincolnshire. That's the RAF boys flying over. BBC Radio Lincolnshire. And I went up there to have a look around the studio. I met a lovely chap, William Wright, who's the presenter of the afternoon show. And he took me round and did a little interview with me as well. We had a little bit, it's not so much of an interview as a chat. You know, more of a chat. So he brought me into the studio and we recorded a piece. And he played it out in his show on Thursday night. And basically he was talking about this, what I do here. Why do you do it? Well, because it's a bit of a laugh. It's a bit of a laugh, and it's quite nice for people to be talking to each other. And, of course, it brings us all together. You can make new friends on this chat line. You ask how many people on this chat thing, this chat box here. I know there's many, 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 many more of you who are silent viewers. You don't join in the chat, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. No one forces you to join in the chat, and I'm fully aware that there's more silent viewers than there are people in the chat box. But that being said, there are people in this chat box now who have met each other through this show. You know, they've had the unfortunate experience to come across me. They've been in the chat box, and then other people have started talking to them. Now, it's not always easy to do that, okay? You know, sometimes you might go on a chat thing that's been going for years, and you might have a little bit of a... Sometimes, I'm not saying that on this particular chat thing. Morning to George Bond, just joining us there. Sometimes going on a new sort of chat thing, and it was very similar to the CB radio in the 1980s. You might have a conversation going on there, and you're new. It's a bit like going and trying to join a group of friends when you're new. Sometimes you've got to just edge yourself in gently. You know, hello, I'm new here. If you was to type that, hello, I'm new here, I guarantee you several people in our chat box would say hello back. If you come in with something rude, then you'll probably get ignored. Okay? So if you ever want to go on that chat box, feel free. But if you want to stay there as a silent viewer or listener, then that's perfectly all right as well. I'm always fully aware that you're there as well, so don't worry anything about that, okay? So I had this conversation in the little studio with William, and that was it. And that night they played it out on the radio. I think they're playing out another piece this Thursday about my mice problem. A bit of a mice problem by the side of the caravan. I mean my Lincolnshire television studio complex. So I think it's playing out a little bit of the mice thing on this Thursday's show. And this is all to do with the BBC's new upload thing, where if you are a creator of any sort, whether you do something like this or just audio, maybe you take photographs, maybe you do poetry, maybe you sing songs, you write music, whatever, you can now upload that to your local radio station and hope that it gets picked up. And if it doesn't get picked up the first time, keep uploading stuff. Just keep sending it in all the time until someone notices, right? I was very lucky. I was the first one to get in. So I kind of think to myself that's why I got picked, sort of thing. So that was that. So that was Thursday. Now, that's the most I've told you. On the Friday morning, I went swimming, came back, went to sleep as I usually do Friday afternoon, got up at 4 o'clock, and there's a message on the phone. And it was a guy called Mike. Hello, it's Mike from BBC Radio, BBC Look North. I wondered if you could give us a call. So I gave him a call. And they wanted to send a reporter from BBC North here to our Lincolnshire television studio complex to do a piece. And he said, I wonder if we could send someone Monday to come and have a little look around. And the first thing I said to him, well, I'm not normally here Monday. I'm here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And he said, oh, right, okay, well, it's a different producer on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll pass this on to him, and if he wants to pick it up, he'll give you a call. And I thought, oh, now what do? And you split second thought, and I thought, no, okay, there's an opportunity here, an opportunity to get the show out a little bit more. And quick as a flash, I said, well, okay, if you can't, if Monday's better for you, I'll be here Monday. So that was all arranged, and he said be here sometime early afternoon. Fantastic. Put the phone down. Straight away, I rang my friend Wayne. I sent him a message saying, can you do Monday night for me? And he came back to me fairly quickly, and that was all sorted. So that was Monday. Now, things have happened before in the past, similar to that, and then it gets to it, and it doesn't happen, which is why I couldn't tell you anything. I didn't want to say, and I told 3 people. I only told 3 people about this. 3 people who I know, and it wouldn't have gone any further. You know, sometimes you tell someone, so please don't tell anything. Oh, no, I won't tell a soul, you know. I'm like that. If you tell me something and you say, please, Chris, don't tell anyone, but I won't tell anyone. End of story, I won't tell anyone. Listen, working in bars and clubs all these years, you learn not to talk about certain things. You might see someone come in the pub with someone else's boyfriend or girlfriend. No, like that. I've learnt that. So I told these 3 people, and it didn't go any further. Because I thought to myself, this might not happen, so best keep quiet. Anyway, so Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Sunday, of course, I came up here after I did the bingo show. After I put all your stuff in envelopes and stuff like that, came straight up here, went to bed. Monday morning, I did the show. And once again, yesterday this is now, Monday morning, I did the show and I said something might happen this afternoon. At this point, I haven't had a phone call, okay? So I'm thinking, okay, you know, don't worry too much. Expect nothing. My motto is, expect nothing and you'll never be disappointed. If something happens, fantastic. If you're thinking, oh, well, I'm looking forward to this, and then it doesn't happen, you may well be disappointed. Oh, I've been disappointed many times with stuff. All sorts of different things. Don't ever expect anything from anyone, then you won't be disappointed. Then if it happens, it's fantastic. So I finished the show, put in some bits and pieces together, gone to make the cup of tea, and the phones rang. And it was Amanda from BBC North. Hello, we're just leaving now. They come from Hull, which is like an hour and a half away. And I'm like, where are you coming from? She said Hull. Ever so friendly. Lovely girl. Lovely girl. And I'm like, oh, are you seeing other people today? No, only you. Wow. And I thought, an hour and a half to come and see me? Blimey. Even my sister won't travel that far. So they turned up here about 1 o'clock and set up a few bits and pieces. I think there was Amanda. I can't remember the lad's name as well. Lad with glasses. Again, ever so nice. He was like the techie bloke. And he's coming here and he said, where is it? I said, in there. And he just stopped at the door. And he's surprised how small this room is. Tiny. You don't realise how small this room is. And he had this tripod. And I've got a tripod. And I looked at his tripod and I looked at my tripod and it says, any chance of swapping? This is a big heavy thing, you know, few £100. Not like my job from Argos, $14.99. And he laughed. And he says, oh, I'm not sure. And he looks like we're going to have trouble doing this. Right? Now, fortunately, I have a decent camera right in front of me there. So they managed to take some of the video off my camera. It's not a particularly expensive camera that I've got in front of me. Okay, it's probably one of the more expensive webcams, but it's certainly not the price of a, like a normal camera that takes photographs. You know, like I don't know, a Sony or what's the Nikon, something like that. It's nothing like that. It's just a webcam. That's all it is. Then they were going to shoot with his like proper camera through the window in front of me here. They were going to shoot some stuff in there. But then when we opened the curtains, we realised my double glazing is blown, which means there's mist, but it's on the inside in between the two panels. So we couldn't do that. Then we tried opening the window, but realised it only opened so far. So we couldn't do that either. But we did it in the end by me literally coming in. There was nothing written down. What do you want me to do? And then we kind of discussed what we thought should happen. And then it just happened like that. So she wanted me to do a show. So I came in here, fired up the system. Okay, at that point I knew what was happening. So I was able to put up their special Look North programme. And we started 1:45, wasn't it? It started 1:45. I ran the film. She said, how long is the film? She said, 4 minutes. Okay. So while I'm sitting here waiting for that, she's doing her piece to camera in my living room there. And then I started the show and then she walked in. That bit was, we'd arranged that for her to walk in, you know, sort of unannounced. And sat down there. And all I have, I haven't got it in here now, all I have is this little stool. This is a footstool. All I've got is this little footstool. And she sat on that and I said, do you want the big chair? She said, no, I'll be fine down here. So I had to lower my chair down. So that was the same height as her. And we sat here and we did a 25 minute show, which I'm sure you've seen on the YouTube there. And I had a wonderful day. An absolutely wonderful day. We're just talking about the show, this, that and the other, the raffle and things. And then after that, so I think the show was about 25 minutes long. So we did that. Then we had a bit more of a chat in the living room. And from there, they got a van outside. And in the van, they edit the show. It doesn't go back they don't go back to the studio. So they come out of here. Then they go in the van and invited me in to watch, which I don't normally do because I'm very, very interested in all of it. Now, what do you think's in that van? You'd be very surprised. Basically, it's a laptop. It's a laptop with a couple of speakers. and a couple of lights and like a microphone for Amanda to do voiceovers on. And from here to there, so they got here at 1 o'clock. They left here, it was about 20 to 6. That's how long it takes them to put 2 minutes of video on. That edited bit, which most of you have seen now, on Look North, 2 minutes long, took them 1, 2... If you include the travelling as well from Hull, so let's say 11:30, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so about 6.5 hours. Nearly 7 hours. Nearly 7 hours to do 2 minutes of video. That's how long stuff takes when you see it on the telly. You know my opening video? That takes hours. That opening video I've got takes hours. That's why it doesn't change very often. Does take a very long time. I've got a new piece of music for the opening, which I hope to be doing in the 2 weeks, in the 2 months that I'm down south now. I can't do that here. I have to do that at my house. But that's how long it takes. And as I say, they invited me in, and he's got a little, not a laptop, you know, the Apple one, and he's doing it. And basically, very, very loosely, it's the same sort of thing I do when I'm putting together my my opening videos and little clips. When you see me do a little film, sometimes we do a little outside film. For example, we went to do the Christmas lights, didn't we, at Belton? Was it Belton Park? Belton Park, that which is round here. We went to do Christmas lights here. That's all done on an iPhone, and a little program called Perfect Video. Literally, it's like you get this, like it's like a long line, right? And you bring in all the video clips, and then you put them together. You make some smaller. You add a little bit of voice underneath, perhaps a bit of music. That's what I do on my iPhone. And basically, that's what he's doing, although much more professionally, on his Apple Mac. But hours they were doing it, hours out there. I actually had my dinner and watched an episode of Doctor Who. Absolutely fantastic. And then they left here. Of course, I hadn't had my afternoon sleep at that point, and I'm really tired now. But now it's like 5. It's like 5:45. Well, the show's on at 6:30. I like to watch myself on the telly. So I then went round to my sister's house, and we watched it round there. Very exciting. And my sister done us a lovely dinner, chips, and I had an omelette round there as well. And I had this cup of tea which she put in. They're drinking almond milk now. Now I drink soya milk. Let me just do. I've just got a text coming in from one of you. I'll read that in a moment. I do soya milk. So I've picked up this tea and what? Something's gone wrong with that tea. And Martin, my brother-in-law, he said it's almond milk. That's probably what it was. So I'm not a fan on almond milk. Well, it's got a horrible taste to it. Absolutely horrible taste. And then I came back here and went to bed about 11 o'clock. I was so tired. And I woke up again at 8. I didn't even wake up to go wee last night. I usually get up to go wee once or twice and that. Not last night. I must have been really tired. Maybe that's what brought on the ocular migraine this morning. I don't know. Got a text coming here from Mr. RT. Morning, RT, who says, I also live in Lincolnshire. What do you think of the place where Mole Hill shows up on ordnance surveys? I don't know what that is. Mole Hills. The place where Mole Hills shows up. I don't know what that is. Where molehills? What, as in little moles? What create things out of the ground? I don't know what that is, to be honest, RT. No idea what that is, RT. You'll have to tell me more. You have to tell me more. Anyway, so that was my day yesterday. Fantastic day. I had such a good day, and I'm so appreciative, not only to the BBC for coming down, and William, because that's where it started, uploading something to Radio Lincolnshire. That's how this started. Not only to them, but also to my brother-in-law, Martin, who back in August, I'd been doing this show for 14 years now. First of all, as audio, and then onto YouTube. The whole YouTube thing was an accident. Someone said, put a camera in front of me. I'm like, no. Go on, just do it. And I did, and I left it there, basically. So video as well on YouTube for some years now. And I'd been struggling with the numbers, you know, sort of a few hundred, and they weren't really doing anything. I'm very aware it's a niche show. It also tends to attract people 45 and over. Right? It's not really... There are some of you wonderful young people here as well. You know, I do think, you know, if only I could have done all this when I was your age, when I was 15, 20, where would I have got? But, of course, we didn't have anything like this. We had nothing like this, what we can do now. We had nothing like this. But it doesn't matter. You know, I'm doing it now and I love doing it. But I kind of struggled. I've never really bothered about numbers, to be honest. And that's the truth. You know, I've always said if 1 or 2 people are enjoying what you're doing and are quite happy to sit there and just watch and enjoy it, then it's worth doing. But it was kind of in the low hundreds, and then mid hundreds, and it's kind of hanging around about 500 or 600. And then Martin mentioned it on his show. Now Martin very quickly found his audience, and he does restoring videos. He will take something that's completely rusty and make it look like it's brand new again. Fantastic. Well, these are very popular videos on YouTube. So he starts putting it out there and very quickly built up an enormous audience of like tens of thousands. Okay? And then I'd been doing the live shows for some time, and I kept going on at him, try a couple of live shows. And he did. And quickly, again, they picked up quite a few hundred people watching that. Not as many as the restore videos, which is, I think, why he's stopped doing them for a while. But he started doing it, and he had a lot of viewers. And one day he just kept mentioning me and what I do. He wanted to get our numbers up over 1,000, and it worked. So I must say and I always like to credit people who have helped me like that. Always, especially if it's a family member. That even makes it better, you know. So I must mention that, and that's really how we got to where we are at the moment. Next year or so, no idea. Like I said right at the beginning of this little piece, don't expect anything, and then you won't be disappointed. All right, let's have a look here. Moles, those little creatures that dig up the lawn and make very small piles of earth. Yes, molehills. I've not looked. I've not looked at little molehills. No, I don't really look at maps. Does anyone look at the audience survey maps now? Used to at the Scouts. Not that they were any help to me. I couldn't find my way around. Still can't now, to be honest. I don't even know how to get to the kitchen, and I want to have a cup of tea. Let's have a look there. Good morning to... Did I see Jack Matthews pop up there? Oh, hang on a sec. Oh, let's just scroll back there. I do try and give you all a name track at least. Where are we now? George Bond. Just say hello to George Bond. Good morning. There's Simon Gilman. Morning, Simon. Good game of bingo on Sunday. Simon's been on the radio, Sea Haven FM, where when I was doing the Prince's Trust course. Oh, excellent, that Prince's Trust thing. Very, very good to be doing that. Morning to Mark Cording. Morning, Mr. Global Superstar. Can I have your autograph? Of course you can. £10. £10 super chat for an autograph now. I'm sorry, I've had to put my prices up, dear. Christ, you want to see what I'm going to charge them for the karaoke on Friday? I just, you know, I'm not led by money. I am not led by money at all. You know, if someone came now and says, oh, we quite like what you do, we'll give you £25,000 per show, but you're not allowed to say anything you want, and we'll give you a script which you must stick word to word. No, that is of no interest to me whatsoever. Absolutely none. If you tell me, well, we're going to give you a sort of, you know, an outline of what to do, then that would be okay, an outline, but you can't do this, and this. Well, it depends what it is. You know, if it's, you can't be racist, you can't be phobic. Yes, of course. Am I ever doing those things on here? No. So it's the same anyway. But to actually stick to a script word to word, I'd find that difficult. Money, secondary. Doing what you love, absolutely. It's not easy talking to Jason. He's normally got Greg's sausage rolls in his mouth. I know, Sean. He loves Greg's, doesn't he? I think you should write to Greg's and get free stuff, because you keep mentioning them on here, dear. Where are we going? There we go. Rowan. There you go. That's why I stayed silent for such a long time, but now that I'm talking now. Yes. Yeah, there you go. Now you're on the chat box and people are talking to you. But even when I say something like that, feel free to chat. Still, there will always be many more silent viewers who are quite happy to just sit there and watch me rabbit on about God knows what. I do try and set the programme out, but often, as has happened today, we've got nowhere near all those stories I wanted to do, and I can't be here forever. I've got to go and see my nephew later on. Do you really like Lincolnshire, says Artie. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's the most beautiful countryside. My house is in Berkshire. But both places have their own benefits. Very difficult. The whole idea of me getting this little caravan was to use as a stepping stone. So get the caravan, get used to it, and then move up here. But I found it made it more difficult. I found it's made it more difficult. Morning to Jack Matthews. Maybe Chris should have given them more than magnets. Well, actually, they forgot them. They're all still here. The fridge magnets are still here. There we are. These are the old fridge magnets, available for a £2 super chat. Okay, if you want one of the old fridge magnets, I think there's 6 left now. Old fridge magnets, £2 super chat. You can have those now. Morning to Alan Wainwright. Thank you very much, Alan. Keep using your old camera. It makes you look a lot younger. Yes, I noticed that as well. Mick mentioned that as well. I did look old on that close-up shot, didn't I? But never mind. It doesn't matter anyway, does it? Doesn't matter anymore. Really doesn't matter anymore. Hello to Sam458. Good morning, Sam458. Mick says Mandy won't let him have the heating on. I should hope not as well. Put a jumper on. Put a jumper on, dear. Good God, put the heating on. Have you gone mad? Have you seen how much the people at the gas board make now, British Gas? How many hundreds of thousands of pounds is their boss on? I suppose he needs it. You know why they need all that money? The head of British Gas. You know why he needs all that money? Because it's the only way he can afford his own gas bill. Thank you. Mikey Mike says I'm a quad taste. Oh, really? Well, I'll cut a piece off and send me to you. Taste that. Put that in your mouth and see what it's like. Paul and Lou, £25,000 for a show. I'd do anything for that. Pfft, that's nothing, Paul and Lou. Have you seen how much people like Ant and Deck get per show? £25,000. That's, believe me, that's nothing. That would be cheap. Cheap. What I liked about the clip that they put on last night was it started off with Graham Norton, then James Corden, and then they said, move aside, Chris Reardon's in town. Hilarious. We've just had a $5 super chat coming in, and that is from GFV Tay. Thank you very much, GFV Tay. She loves an old magnet. Just a minute. Is that playing? There we go. Did you get that super chat noise then? You did, didn't you? Oh, I haven't got my speaker on. That's why I can't hear it. There you go. Thank you very much, GFAT. Can you email me your full postal address? And I put one of the fridge magnets in there for you. There's something else on its way to you as well, I think, at the moment, isn't there? I'm sure there's something else on its way to you as well there, Tay. So thank you. Trevor Campbell first met me at Central Station, found me on Facebook. Now I'm on your show. And thank you very much, Trevor. I'm glad you enjoy the show. Good morning to Mark Bowles, joining us this morning. And as I say, GFV Tay is in the house. Morning, Mark. Who else? Have I said hello to everyone? I think we've said hello to everyone there. Excellent, excellent. Now, what's the time? Gosh, look at the time. It's just tearing away, isn't it? I had so much to talk about this morning. What else did we have on the menu? See if I can fit anything else in before we do today's raffle tickets. I've forgotten what I've put up there now. I've been chatting for so long. Videos, there we are, videos. 1, 2, 4, 9. Don't forget, gang, if you're new to the show, do feel free to subscribe, and hit the little notifications button, and then you'll get a little ping whenever we do a show. Usually it's around 9:30 in the morning. We do a Sunday night show with bingo. That's at 8 o'clock. Okay, the bingo show, if you want to join in the bingo, you must register before. If you're already registered, that's fine. Okay, if you want to join in on the bingo, then that's Sunday night, 8 o'clock is bingo time. You must send me a little email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Please add me to the bingo, and then your email will go in the system. But you must do that before Sunday, okay? And you'll get an email back probably on Saturday afternoon, okay, telling you that you've been added. All right, so that's look north, vegan menu, funny tasting milk, Brexit coin mistake. Let's do the Brexit coin mistake. Now, it's a shame, really, because good morning, Matthew Van. Morning, Matthew. Thank you, Tay. I'm glad you saw the clip there. Glad you saw the clip. Glad you saw the clip. Let's have a look there. Brexit coin. Brexit coin, boys and girls. There's a mistake on it. And actually, when I saw the coin, I picked up on this already. But it's one of those things I think, oh, it's just a mistake. Often people, they see something wrong and they think it's the end of the world. They do. Like a wrong number. Perfect example is this show. If there was something wrong here, perhaps, I don't know, one of these balloons had fallen off, which they can't do. By the way, Amanda loved the backdrop. Amanda from the Look North loved the backdrop there. Perhaps something's fallen off. Then I'd be sitting there. I could do five news stories, and there'd be several of you that were at pains to point out the error that was in here. All they see is the error. I guarantee that. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised no one mentioned the wrong date yesterday. When they took the video from here into there, my video, he was editing away, and I suddenly realised it was the wrong date. I'd put Tuesday because I've got confused, because I'm usually up here on Tuesday and not Wednesday, you see. I'm usually up here on a Tuesday. So I thought it was Tuesday when I'd done the date, and it was all wrong. Morning to Iwan Lemon this morning. Morning, Iwan. Moving Iwan. Claire says, why is being in a caravan made it more difficult to move up there? Because I like both places, Claire. I like both places. That's why. It's difficult. It's all very well being here. I can't walk anywhere. There's lots of places you can walk to. You can't. If I was to walk to the shops, 2.5 hours. Swimming pool, 3 hours to walk. So I've got to get in the car to go everywhere. In Bracknell, I can just walk. Shops, 5 minutes. Swimming pool, 15 minutes. Bike, even quicker. You know, it's just, you can't walk anywhere here. On the other hand, it's lovely and open, beautiful fields, countryside. So they've both got pros and cons. That's why it's been made more difficult. Okay, let's do the Brexit coin story, and then we'll do today's raffle tickets. If you're new to the show again, let me tell you, we do a raffle every Monday. Actually, this week's raffle is likely to be on Tuesday, because Monday I've got to pop down to the hospital because they want to suck some blood out my arm, ready for when I go the week after. It's an extra appointment because there's something not quite right at the moment. And so it won't be Monday morning. We probably won't be a show on Monday morning. So the raffle next week will be on Tuesday, okay? Just to tell you that. You get a raffle ticket at the end of the show. So hang around and I'll be giving out raffle tickets, all right? You can win a fridge magnet. Not one of these. We've got some new ones. We've got some new ones now. I haven't got a new one to show you because that's in an envelope waiting to go off to whoever won. Was it Sean Pye? Might have been Sean Pye. I think Sean Pye won the raffle this week. So there's a new fridge magnet going off to him. So Claire understands that. Right, children's author Sir Philip Pullman has called for this is pathetic, has called for a boycott of the government's commemorative Brexit 50p coin. Now, I've heard this. Stupid people, and I'm sorry, they are stupid and pathetic people, right, who were against Brexit, were on the radio, I kid you not. I think one of them was in the paper at the weekend saying, oh, I'm not using that Brexit coin. That's disgusting and racist. And if it gets given to me in my hand, I shall give it back and ask for 2 20p and a 10p. It's just pathetic, isn't it? People are so stupid and pathetic. It says, here, he's a Remain author, of course. But the Remain supporting author isn't calling for people to ditch the coin because of politics. Aha. All right. Instead, he said there's a basic error on there. It's mixing an Oxford comma. Now, it's something that I had already seen, and I just kind of brushed it aside. Just a mistake. Just a mistake. On this coin, it reads, and I'll tell you exactly how it says, peace, comma, prosperity and friendship with all nations. I'll read that to you again. And I'm going to ask you, where should that comma be? There's a missing comma. It says peace, comma, prosperity and friendship with all nations. Where should that comma be? I spotted it straight away. There's a comma missing. Once again, peace, Clara, get it? Peace, comma, prosperity and friendship with all nations. Okay? Where should that comma be? And I'll just read a couple of your messages there. Russ watched the clip last night. Glad you watched it. Glad you watched it there, Russ. Jack, I watch your morning show far more often than the night one. The early one is about 6 p.m. The night one is about 3 a.m. That's, of course, over here in Western Australia. Yes, Jack, that's why I do different times. That's why I do different times, because I know there's a different audience at different times. We get it's like a core people who join us for all the shows, basically. And there are some people in other countries. Of course, in Australia, I'm a breakfast show over there. I'm a nighttime show there. And if I do nighttime show, it tends to be very early in the morning, like I don't know, 6 a.m. or something like that, doesn't it? There you go. Fran's on to you all. Thumbs up, please. Thumbs up. Hello to 76. That's new. Good morning, 76. Thought about the Clash of Clans. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. Clash of Clans. Not sure what you mean there, 76. Mark Cording knows some Remainers that own a pub. If they get any, they are given the 50p to charity. Thank you. 50p to charity. There we are. Hello to Bethany Connor. Good morning, Bethany. I'm so Vinnie Jones. I doubt that I'm as hard as him, my love. I don't think Vinnie Jones is as camp as me, dear. I've got fairy lights around this caravan here, you know. Fairy lights all around it. Sylvie, who is queen of all caravans, she likes my fairy light. In fact, she rang me yesterday. She said, I've just seen your clip on the television. Sylvie, queen of all caravans. She's lovely. She's lovely. Maybe I'll ask her to come in one day to have a little chat about her site. It'd be an insight. It's very expensive to run a caravan site, especially if you're family owned. You know, some of the big corporations and companies now that own caravan sites, and some of their charges are absolutely shocking. I'm on a family-run site. It's very small. It's not tiny, but it's, you know, it's small, but it's very, very expensive to run a site. She was telling me we got now quite a few very deep potholes on the site, and they're going to be fixing all those while we're closed, because they close for a couple of months, don't they? You know, they're going to be fixing those while they're closed. And I said to her, I know it's very expensive to fix, you know, get some people round and do potholes. Very, very expensive thing to do. Right, let's see what you're saying there. 76 is in... You are in Asia, or you are Asian, or both? Whereabouts are you in Asia? It's nighttime where they are. I'm a nighttime show in Asia, so thank you very much. We should get prizes for thumbs up. I'm not made of money, dear. Not like you. You're a doctor. I bet you're rolling in it, dear. Hundreds of thousands a year. What you want? $5,000 a day? Something like that. Well, no one seems to have... there we go. Claire. After prosperity, to separate it from friendship. Yes. Exactly where I would have put it. They haven't done it right. They haven't done it right, have they? Anyone else suggest that? Let's have a look there. No, you're the only one there. You're the only one there to have said that. So welcome along, Bethany. Lots of people will say hello to Bethany as well there, joining us. Morning, Bethany. And indeed it says here, an Oxford comma is used after the penultimate item in a list of 3 or more items, so it would be placed after the word prosperity. I mean, I didn't even have to think about it, Claire. I just knew straight away when I saw the coin, but this bloke is not happy. He wrote that the omission meant the coin should be boycotted by all literate people. I mean, how pathetic is he? You might be very clever, dear, but don't tell us what coins we can and can't use. It's only a little comma missing, for God's sake. It's not as bad if you went to hospital and had a wrong lung or eye taken out. That would be serious. This is a comma, for God's sake, man. He tweeted, not perhaps the only objection, but the lack of a comma after prosperity is killing me. And then someone says back to him, be gone with your American serial comma nonsense. Also known as a serial comma, the punctuation mark derives its common name from its use by the Oxford University Press. So there we are. So you might, when you get those 50p coins, there's an error. Will they make them worth money in years to come? I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Tanya. I've got your email there. I don't know if it would or not. All right. Right. Hold on to your messages for a moment, and then we can get to the raffle tickets for you. Okay, can you get her to do the poll, the lay-by pothole? Well, funnily enough, you should mention that, Mick. A lot of the lay-bys on the A1M, including the one where I fell down that pothole when I got out of the car for a wee, have been closed. And they were closed last... I come down and I'm going to stop now. Need to stop now. No, there was a hell of a lot of them closed. So whether or not they're going to fix all the lay-bys and the potholes in them over the next few weeks, I think that possibly is what's happening. Maybe, you see, with me, with an accident, I'll have the accident and then I'll just, oh well, it's one of those things. Other people were straight onto the council, oh, I want some money, you know, I want compensation. You see, I'm not like that. I'm not a money-grabbing person. I'm really not. They'll be straight onto the council. And in fact, a couple of people I told, oh, you can sue them for that. Well, it's just an accident. I should have looked where I was going. That's the thinking I take behind it. It was just an accident. One of those things. One of those things, you see. Other people, oh, straight onto the council. Want compensation. So I reckon someone else has fallen down, perhaps not that one, but another one along there, and they've gone to the council, and the council, right, close all the lay-bys, and now they've got to fix them all. Which is blooming dangerous on the A1M, because there's nowhere to stop. Nowhere to stop at all. Like those smart motorways. What idiot thought of doing that? Taking away the hard shoulder on motorways. There was a thing on the telly about that last night. The hard shoulders on motorways, and people are being killed. And when I first saw that article on a news story some years ago now, I said, what idiot has thought of taking away the hard shoulder on... Oh, it's to make the traffic flow. Well, better for the traffic not to flow faster than to have several tens of people killed. Just ridiculous. And you know, well, there's a red X on the box. 2 points to that, right? Yes, there's a red X on... You go on the motorway, right? There's a red X on the box. As soon as you see that red X, you move over. Not everyone, though. There's loads of people. They go flying under this red X. God knows how they ever passed their driving test. They go flying under this red X at 80 mile an hour until they see something, and then they move over. Incorrect. You're supposed to move over as soon as you see the red X. Or in fact, usually the light before that has got a little arrow, or two gantries before that. You've got a little arrow telling you to move over. No, not these idiots. So number one, they go flying through the red X. And number two, if you break down, there's no hold shoulder. You are stuck, broken down in a live lane. Right? At that point, okay? Key word here is when it's noticed, they put these red lights on. I don't know if it's automatic or it's some bloke with a joystick in an office watching cameras. I don't know. Right? When it's noticed, then they switch the lights on. There is a period of time where you have broken down, and as yet, it hasn't yet been noticed. So those lights haven't yet come on. And it's happened to me. Fortunately, I've not broken down on a motorway, right? But I've been coming down the motorway, M3 actually, going to M25, and there's a bend coming from Junction 3 at Bracknell to Junction 2, which is the M25 turn-off. And if, unusually, the traffic is flowing well, there you are. Fortunately, on a motorway, I do about 55 mile an hour. I'm always on the inside lane. But unfortunately, that means I'm in a lane where there's going to be a broken down car, if there is one. And I've come round this corner, you know, and I'm hurtling along about 55 mile an hour, I suppose, maybe 60, no more than 60, hurtling along, and then suddenly I've come round this corner, and suddenly there's this car stopped in front of me, hazards on a live motorway lane. And it was a case of slamming the brakes on. What idiot ever thought that was a good idea? Just ridiculous, just ridiculous. Mick, I was on the council the other day to get the road repaired on as it's sinking. It's very dangerous. Well, stop walking on it then, Mick. I'm sorry you walked into that. Stop walking on it, Mick. Oh, dear. Jack, that's nothing in Perth in Australia. They removed a breakdown lane in our underground raid tunnel. In a tunnel! It's even more dangerous in a tunnel, isn't it? God's sake. Awful. Planes are very loud today, Mark. You'd love it here, Mark. The planes are so low over this caravans. Oh, Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex sometimes. It really is. Mandy Davenport says 50p is 50p. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mark's just ordered Amazon Prime mobile phone charger. It's arriving at 1. I love it. I love it. RT Fisher, caravans are great just as long as they're not being towed on the road. You're right. Mablethorpe. Oh no, dear Mablethorpe. Lovely beach, but the town. Oh, RT. I've been to Mablethorpe, believe me. I go to Haven Holidays there. There you go. I knew it. Dr. SRS Gregorian are on thousands of pounds a day. Thousands of pounds. Right. Okay, raffle tickets. Our next raffle is on Monday, gang. And we need to give out the raffle tickets now, boys and girls. Who wants a ticket? Please speak now. All you've got to do is say raffle ticket. Don't say hello, because I won't know that that's a raffle ticket. You need to say raffle ticket, please, or ticket, please, and I'll sort out your raffle tickets. Okay? Yeah, that's the other thing, Fran. They say stop in the car, it's safer. No, it's not. Not if there's an articulated lorry coming round the corner, it's not. I don't know. I really don't know. Right, let's do your tickets. Please only ask once for your raffle ticket. Okay? When I get down to the bottom of the list, I'll let you know. And if I've missed you out, then just let us know, okay? Michael Pullman, thank you. Let me just scroll up a little bit there, my loves. Michael Pullman, thank you. Here we go. 673 for Michael Pullman. Gavin Bass, 674. 675 for Sam, 458. 676 for Alan Wainwright. What's going on with this pen today? I should use one of my own pens. These Metro Bank pens are not working very well today. Alan Wainwright. I should get myself sponsored by Metro Bank or someone like that. Then I can be on 25 grand a show. What would I do with that? I don't know. God knows. What would you do? I'd get a better webcam. I'd have someone... If I had that money coming in, like 25 grand a show, I would spend the money having a proper studio built. Yeah, with all the lights. I'd have some bloke in there answering the phone. Yeah. And I'd have really cute. I'd have a cute gay coming in and out with cups of tea. I've got to be cute. Won't be any of you lot, I'm afraid. Oh, I am awful this morning. Alan Wainwright, thank you. Tony King, 677. SOS Gregorian, 678. I just put SOS on there now. I've abbreviated some of your names now. It's so much easier. Jason Hughes, 679. 680 to... Matthew Van Fran Green, 681. It's just scrolling. There's Fran's one. There's Fran's. Where's Fran's? There she is, Fran there. Mandy Davenport, 682. Michael Lawrence, 683. Sam, 458. No, you've already got one, Sam. 675 you are. Please only ask once, my darlings. Joanna, 684. Sean Pye 685. He was our winner this week of one of our new magnets. What's that? 685. Oh, something's gone wrong with the numbers. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if the numbers go out of sequence. That makes no difference at all. Sean Pye, where is this? Sean. Mark Cording is 716. Don't know what's going on. I think I've bought out the tickets wrong. Cording. Okay, 7174. Paul and Lou. Diane Deb, 718. Mick Davenport, 719. Scrolling. There's GFA Tay, 720. GFV Tay, 720 for you. GFA Tay, 721 for Adrian Richardson. Jack Matthews, 722. Ross Herndon, 723. Trevor, all the lay-bys are dogging spots. That's why they close them down. How do you know that, Trevor? Russ Vernon, 724. Have you got any videos for us to watch? You got any videos for us to watch, Trevor? Russ, yes, Russ 724. George Bond. Has anyone got auto stop and start on a car? Yeah, I've got that. I've got hybrid cars, so it turns it off when it don't need the petrol. Claire 725. Gadgets, if you break down on the motorway, the advice is to get out and get over the barrier. Yes, correct. The only thing is, on some of these certain motorways where they take away the hard shoulder, then there's nothing. It's just a barrier if it's like on a flyover or something like that. So dangerous. So dangerous. Thank you. Artificial. Artificial has got 726. Artificial. Oh, I just remembered Tuesday I'm out. No, I'm sure there'll be a show Tuesday morning. Because Tuesday's my birthday. That's next week. Tuesday's my birthday. Early show Tuesday morning, okay? Be early show Tuesday morning. Sort of 9:30. Let's think of my times. I've got to be in Waterloo at 12:30. I'll have to think about it. I'll let you know in the next couple of days, okay? Usually, just to let you know again, Artie, because you're brand new to the show, we usually have a raffle on Monday mornings, somewhere between sort of 9:30 and 10:30. Usually that's the time for the raffle, but there won't be a show this Monday because I've got to go pop down to the hospital. I was going to move it to Tuesday, but then again, Tuesday I'm out. Tuesday afternoon, I'll have to work out the timing, so I'll let you know on tomorrow's show. All right, my loves. 727. If not, we'll move it to the Sunday. We could move it to Sunday night. Does that work for people? Sunday night? Actually, no, I shouldn't ask that. Might move it to Sunday night this week, the raffle, okay? Otherwise, you'll have to wait till Wednesday, and that's a long... you might have to wait till Wednesday. I'll work out the timings and let you know, boys and girls, okay? Mike Reese-Ponto. Mike Reese is ticket number 727. Mike Joey Millen, 728. Bethany. Hello, Bethany. Beth's new as well. Welcome, Bethany. Where are you, Beth? Is it all right to call you Beth? Bethany Connor is ticket number 729. One Man and His Sprinter Van is ticket number 730. Amelia Dodd in the house. Good morning to you, Amelia. Welcome to our show. You need to get Marigold from Alf Garnett's old show to bring you tea. Oh, I can't remember her, Marigold. Who's Marigold now? Who's Marigold? I can't remember. Is it your birthday on the 4th or the 5th? The 5th, is that Tuesday? I'm sure it's Tuesday. Oh no, it's Wednesday. Oh wow. Have I mucked up here somewhere? February the 5th is a Wednesday. Is that right? I thought it was Tuesday. Isn't that funny? It's Wednesday, my birthday. Ah. Okay. I need to check my calendar. I'm sure something's happening on the Tuesday. I can't remember what. Oh, I'll have to check my calendar on Saturday to double check on all that. All right, boys and girls. If that's the case, then there will be a show Monday. Can't remember now. Perhaps I should have my calendar with me when I'm here. I don't know. Right, let's just thank you for mentioning that, Mikey Mike. Thank you. Tony King, advice is to stay in the car, seatbelt on, hazards. Yeah, but like I say, Tony, if there's an articulated lorry coming around and it don't see you, that's it, mate. You're dead. You're dead. So I think you've got to use your own common sense, really, to do that. Mandy has offered to cook and be the cleaner in my new studio. I don't think so, Mandy. You're a bit too violent for me, my love. I'm getting a bit concerned because you keep beating up your husband, darling. I don't know if I'd feel safe with you, Mandy. I'd have to have Sean Pye and Mark Bowles here as well as door people, making sure that you don't come in and beat me up. All right. Okay. Looks like I've done all the raffle tickets. Have I missed anyone out? Please speak now. Okay. If I've missed anyone out for the raffle tickets, please speak now. While you're texting, I'll do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this January the 28th, Tuesday to Matt Walker. Happy birthday, Matt Walker. Very, very good friend of mine. He's over there in Australia. I work with him at Belushi's in London Bridge. Top man. Happy birthday to you, Matt. Okay. Iwan Harris. Happy birthday to you. Trevor Garner. Good morning, Trevor. Happy birthday. Janet Routledge is 54 years old today. Janet, happy birthday. Adam Newman. Good morning, Adam. Happy birthday to you. Alan Brewer today, a young 68 years old. Lindsey Gosling. Good morning, Lindsey. Happy birthday, Lindsey. Kerry Cook. It's her birthday today. Steve Birch today is 53 years old. Brian Newton today is 59 years old. And Steve Meacham today is 44 years old. Happy birthday to you, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Let me just check. Amelia Dodd has asked for tickets. There we are, 731 for you, Amelia. Amelia Dodd is 731. Anyone else have I missed out? Nice and quick, boys and girls. Lines are now closed. Boo! 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 Lots of people wishing people happy birthday there. That's it for the show today. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Hopefully, I'll be with you again tomorrow. See, I think it's Thursday tomorrow. It's not, it's Wednesday. Coming up here a day earlier has really done something to my brain through not knowing where the hell I am, to be honest. Really. So it's Wednesday tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning, gang. Okay, an absolute pleasure, as always, to talk to you on the show today. I'm sorry we didn't get quite through all this list of things we were going to do on the show today, but never mind. That's you know how it works. That's how it is. It's all a bit ad-lib, this programme. Have a lovely day. I'm going now down to, shortly go down to, I think it's Louth, where my nephew is today, to go and see him and the children and spend a few hours with them at their wooden lodge type thing that they've hired for the week for sort of a mini break. Enjoy the rest of your day, gang, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning, hopefully a little bit earlier tomorrow. All right? Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.